In the year 2019, the total number of U.S. international tourists was 79.40 million. But later, after COVID-19, it suddenly dropped to 19.20 million in the year 2020. After this, there was a rapid recovery in 2021, 22, 23, and 2024, reaching 72.39 million. Due to this sudden increase, Tourism Economics had estimated in December 2025 a 9% growth and around $184 billion in tourism revenue. But instead of 9% growth, an 8.2% decline was recorded, and about $15 billion loss occurred. Countries like China, Dubai, Singapore, Turkey, and Qatar are taking advantage of this loss. In the year 2024, Canada's tourism was 34 million, which increased to 34.97 million in 2025, about 2.9% growth. Dubai's tourism was 18.72 million in 2024, which increased to 19.88 million in 2025, about plus 6.3% growth. Singapore's tourism was 17 million in 2024, which increased to 18.5 million, about 8.8% growth. Turkey's tourism was 15 million in 2024, which increased to 15.8 million, about 5.3% growth. Qatar's tourism was 5 million in 2024, which increased to 5.4 million, about 8.0% growth. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, out of 184 countries in the world, United States is the only country where the number of international travelers will see a decline till 2025. The U.S. airports where there was no place to stand, where people used to jostle at check-in counters to enter United States, those airports are now deserted. According to data from 6 international airports in United States, Los Angeles International Airport used to see 43.1 million passengers every year. Now this number has decreased to 36.0 million, about 17% decline. Similarly, at Miami International Airport, the number of passengers decreased from 45.2 million to 38.5 million, about 15% decline. At New York JFK and Newark airports, the number of passengers decreased from 62.3 million to 50.0 million, about 20% decline. At Portland Airport, the number of passengers decreased from 22.5 million to 20.2 million, about 10% decline. At Boston Logan Airport, the number of passengers decreased from 40.3 million to 34.3 million, about 15% decline. At Seattle Tacoma Airport, the number of passengers decreased from 47.6 million to 41.5 million, about 13% decline. On one side, the US is losing its tourism while countries like China, Canada, Dubai, Singapore, Qatar are taking advantage of it. According to an article by China's State Council Information Office, in 2024, about 132 million tourists visited China and spent about $94.2 billion US dollars. And in the first 3 months of 2025, a total of 35.02 million people visited China, which is half of the tourists coming to the US in the entire year of 2024. Seeing this decline in tourists in the US, many airlines are closing routes. Many international routes are being removed. Tourism, hotels, airline companies, and the local economy all are facing revenue loss. But why is this happening in the US? In today's video, we will discuss these 7 reasons based on data and facts, and find out why US tourism is rapidly declining, how other countries are taking advantage of it, and what impact it will have on the US. Let's begin. Number 1. Trump administration's tariff policies. Due to Trump's tariff policy, the prices of many essential goods in the American market have increased, especially airline equipment, fuel, aircraft parts, and maintenance equipment. Because of these increased prices, airlines are facing higher costs, which has made tickets expensive. This has made it costly and difficult for tourists to go to the US, causing them to turn to other countries. In addition, hotel supplies and food have also become expensive. This has had a direct impact on the number of passengers, especially international passengers, who are now traveling less. And tariffs have not only caused a big decline in international travelers, but also in domestic travelers. Domestic travel was slowly recovering after the pandemic, but tariff policies have reduced the purchasing power of American consumers, which has also brought down domestic travel spending. Tariffs have damaged trade and travel relations with countries like Canada, China, and Mexico, which are the largest tourist sources for the US. 20% of the tourists coming in a year come only from Canada. The number of passengers coming from these countries has decreased by about 8 to 9%. Because of this decline, international airlines are changing their US routes or completely shutting down effective routes. As we know, the tourism industry is a big part of the American GDP. Many experts believe that due to tariffs, there could be a loss of $12.5 billion and more than 15 million jobs could be affected, increasing economic instability in the country. Tariffs have many other losses. Especially at this time, U.S. farmers are struggling a lot. We will talk about this in the next video. Number 2. Strict visa and immigration policies. On July 4, 2025, Donald Trump passed a bill named One Big Beautiful Bill. This bill has several provisions which have had a negative impact on tourism. This bill imposed high visa fees, strict visa procedures, and tough human immigration laws which have stopped foreigners from coming to the U.S. In this bill, a new visa integrity fee of $250 has been implemented, which will be effective from the 1st of October 2025. It applies to tourists, students, and work visa holders. This is increasing the total cost of travel. This has made it expensive for foreign tourists to go to the U.S. In addition, visa applications now must be submitted only in the applicant's own country or country of legal residence. Earlier, many travelers were able to apply for interviews in other countries, which is now stopped. This has increased the waiting time for appointments and affected travel plans. In contrast, countries like China are implementing visa-free/transit-friendly policies to attract tourists. Countries like Canada are working on strategies like Destination Canada, with the goal of making Canada one of the world's top 7 tourist destinations by 2030, which is why people's interest is showing more in these countries. In addition, Brand USA, which is the U.S.'s tourism promotion organization, used to get $100 million of funding every year with which it promoted U.S. tourism. That has been reduced from $100 million to $20 million. The Trump administration's One Big Beautiful Bill claims to boost the domestic economy of the U.S., but its tourism and immigration provisions have scared foreign travelers and reduced their numbers. This bill has proved negative for the American tourism industry. Number 3. Security concerns. After the corona pandemic, there has been a rapid increase in gun violence, murders, and sexual crime cases in the U.S. The number of deaths caused by gun violence kept increasing from 2016 to 2025, especially after 2020. The number of murders also reached a peak in 2021, later slightly decreased, but is still at a high level. The number of sexual crimes is gradually decreasing, but still about 300,000 cases are recorded every year. Because of the sudden increase in crimes, a fear has formed in the minds of foreign tourists. In a survey of 6,000 travelers from Southeast Asia, more than 90% said that the availability of weapons in American society is affecting travel decisions. Questions have been raised about the safety of places like D.C., New York, Las Vegas, due to which many travelers are considering the U.S. unsecured. Its impact can be clearly seen on hotels, restaurants, and public places. Especially among women travelers and family travelers, uncertainty about traveling to the U.S. has increased. Number 4. Political instability and negative image. In the past few years, political instability, protests, and repeated internal conflicts in the U.S. are creating insecurity among travelers. People choose countries or places where they feel safe. The growing political tension and violence in the U.S. has increased fear and uncertainty in the minds of foreign travelers. U.S.'s negative media coverage and the Trump administration's policies have weakened the U.S.'s image. Because of this, foreign tourists doubt that the U.S. might not be welcoming for them. Many countries have issued travel advisories for American cities, advising to keep distance from some areas. Political instability and a negative image have deeply hurt American tourism. Due to insecurity among travelers, travel advisories, and a spoiled image, the number of foreign travelers is declining, which has become a challenge for the American tourism sector both economically and socially. Number 5. Rise of competing countries. Countries like Canada, Japan, Singapore, Dubai, Thailand, France provide facilities like quick online visas or visa on arrival to tourists. In the U.S., where there are visa fees, integrity charges, and long processes, these countries attract tourists by offering low-cost and quick processing. Competing countries have emphasized aggressive marketing, low-cost flights, modern airports, and promotion of the world's safest, cleanest cities. Japan's Osaka Expo, record events in Dubai, Europe's cultural packages, and Canada's nature-based branding have attracted tourists from around the world. These countries have built their open and friendly image, kept political disputes and immigration costs low. Due to tariffs, ordinances, travel restrictions, and internal tensions in American politics, its image has become hostile. whereas Canada, Japan, UAE have created a safe and neutral image. In addition, China's 3-year plan to boost domestic travel, visa-free, transit-friendly policies, digital reforms in domestic tourism and promotion of rural tourism, increasing the diversity of tourism products, measures linking culture, tourism, and consumption are being done, because of which people are going to other countries instead of the US. Number 6. Lack of global economic stability. In 2025, global economic uncertainty, trade wars, inflation, and fears of recession have affected people's income and spending capacity. This reduced the number of people traveling internationally and directly impacted tourism. In 2025, international tourism spending in the US fell from $181 billion, 2024, to $169 billion, while other countries saw growth. With fewer passengers coming, the tourism industry, local employment, and small businesses came under a big crisis. Many businesses closed or people lost their jobs. Number 7. Transport service and hotel industry impact. U.S. hotels' average occupancy in 2025 remained at 63.4%, which is below the 2019 level of 65.8%. Branded hotels' revenue per available room, RevPAR, declined. Inflation, energy prices, shortage of hotel staff, and increased F&B costs raised hotel rates, but passengers remained fewer. Due to tariffs, the cost of hotel food and beverages increased, making tourist packages expensive and bookings decreased. In 2025, American airfare remained 3.3% higher, while hotel and car rental rates went slightly down, increasing total travel expenses. At this time, whatever is happening in the US is very harmful for the US. It took 250 years for the US to become great, but only 1 to 2 years is enough to become poor. Mainstream media does not discuss these topics. That the US too should bring packages for tourism like Japan, Dubai, Europe, Canada. Visa rules should be simplified and transparent so that US tourism gets new life. All this is very necessary. In addition to this, tariffs, changes in visa rules, and gun violence have caused the most damage to U.S. tourism. The effects of tariffs have not yet proved so deadly, but in the future, they can have very deadly consequences. By imposing tariffs, the 25 years of diplomatic relations with India have been ruined. India is today moving away from the U.S. India is reducing its dependence on the U.S. The U.S. at this time needs to take better decisions. What is your opinion on this? Do comment and let us know. Thank you very much for watching the entire video.